everyone, it's Allie and welcome to my channel. We're in the car today, so we're going on a little bit of an adventure. We are going to do a come thrift with me, and then I will show you what I got at the thrift store, manifesting hopefully at least like 10 things. I'll show you what I got at the end of the video, but the thrift store that I'm going to is actually a new one. It opened today. It's currently about 10 a.m. and it opened at 8, and I was thinking about going right when it opened, but I just didn't want to deal with the work traffic in the morning, honestly. It's 2 hours old. It is a Volunteers of America, and we do have at least a few others in the Columbus area, but I've actually never been to this store before, so I have no idea what the pricing is like. I know they are having a 50% off the whole store sale in like 5 days. So even if I find a lot of good stuff today, I might kind of hold back a little bit and just get the best of the best and then come again on the 50% off sale day. But thankfully, the store is not too far away from me, so that is wonderful if this turns out to be a really good honey hole for me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and go thrifting. So this store was actually a lot bigger than I was thinking in my head. I believe it used to be some kind of drugstore, so in my mind drugstores are tiny, but it definitely held quite a lot of stuff, and I probably only made it through about half the store in an hour. First up was shoes, of course. I just wanted to kind of see if they had anything really good at the beginning and what their prices were like. And unfortunately, I did find them to be quite high, but I did end up finding one pair of shoes. I then headed over to dresses because I always like to find dresses for myself, honestly. This one I actually thought was pretty cute. I was thinking about getting it for myself, but just the way the shape was, I wasn't sure it would look good on my body type. Their pricing really was all over the place because you can see this piece here was $13 and it's just Sonoma and nothing special at all, so just a little bit confusing to me. The blazers and coats were randomly priced pretty well. This corduroy piece was also pretty cute. I probably would have picked it up for resale, but those buttons, I mean, what is going on with those buttons? I just was not a fan of those at all. I also was seeing a lot of slip dress things over in the pajama section, so I absolutely wanted to go check that out because they're hard to find for me. And they just had so much of this Anthony Richards brand, but I did actually end up getting, I think, 4 pieces from the brand. The home goods section I was really happy to see was pretty big because I love to find vintage stuff for myself, and I am totally coming back for this lady on half off day. I'm praying she's still gonna be there. But they had a lot of great glasses and stuff like that. Like, if you need stuff like this, guys, please go to the thrift store. I thought about picking up these cabbage plates for resale because I know that they are pretty expensive. Like, people will spend a lot of money on them, and they were priced quite well, but I'm literally terrified of shipping things that can break, so I decided to leave them for someone else. Look how cute this tiny little tea set is. I love that. They also had this mini pitcher, which would be so cute if I didn't have 5 billion things like that already. I really like this chair. It was bigger than it's coming across on screen. It was pretty wide, and it was only $50, which is more than Goodwill, but honestly, I feel like that is a pretty good price. This chest was really, really cool, but unfortunately, it was possessed by these dolls in there, so I wouldn't recommend picking it up. It was $100, but it was in fantastic shape. I then realized that they actually had this whole other section of shoes, which were men's and kids, and they had a ton of shoes over there. They did have a decent amount of purses as well. Nothing too crazy, but I don't really like to sell purses. They just sit for me forever. This Fossil piece was the only one that I would maybe have picked up, but Fossil doesn't really sell that well in my experience, and at $15 it was just too much for resale. But I did end up with a full cart, no worries guys, in about an hour, and I was really happy with the experience and absolutely will come back when they do have their sale days. Alright guys, it has been a few hours. Came home, got some lunch, maybe went to Target. We're back here now, and I am so excited to share with you everything that I did pick up in just about an hour at this new Volunteers of America thrift store. So like I said earlier, this was my first experience with any Volunteers of America thrift store. I believe there are 3 to 4 other ones here in Columbus and then other locations throughout the country. But I really wasn't sure what the pricing situation was, and it is the kind of store where they price everything individually, which I don't love because I feel like it's just part of the thrill of the hunt when you can find a really good brand and everything is just priced the same. So I did very, very quickly look through certain sections like jeans and shoes, and I just kind of determined that at least for myself, what I'm looking to pay, I probably won't shop those sections very often at all when I go to this thrift store. However, there were other sections, surprisingly, like coats and like thick sweaters, where I was able to find some really good deals. And I did find, at least in this experience at this particular thrift store on this day, there weren't really any like modern trendy type brands. Like I wasn't coming across any Madewell or Anthro or Torrid or anything like that, but I did come across a lot of vintage pieces that I thought were cool. So this is definitely a very vintage haul, and I am really excited about what I did end up getting for myself. It's all home decor stuff, but I love all of it. So now let's talk about the costs, and I did screw up a little bit. I thought ahead, but then it backfired. So I was like looking at the Volunteers of America Instagram page, and they had posted a couple days ago that they had 3 colored tags that were the discount tags of the week, like 25% off, 50% off, and 75% off. And it seemed like that was true for all of the stores. The Instagram page is for like all of the stores combined. So I go in there with the knowledge of the colored tags that are supposed to be discounted. I pulled many things that I thought would have been discounted at the end. And then when I went to check out, they were like,
"Oh yeah, we're not doing that discount here at the store as of now."
So I was like, yeah, maybe some of this stuff I would not have picked up personally if I was gonna pay full price for it. So all that to say, I did spend a little bit more than I expected, but I think it all worked out, especially because a lot of the things that I did pay more for were the things that I'm keeping for myself. And so I did end up spending a total of $124 for 22 items. However, when I'm just looking at the things that I'm selling, often I don't separate it because a lot of times I'll just get like 1 or 2 things for myself and the price will be pretty comparable to the rest. But some of the things that I got did definitely rack the price up a little bit. So just looking at the things that I'm selling 17 items, and that was a total of $87, which makes my average cost of goods for the items that I'm selling $5.11, which is, again, a little bit more than I like to spend on a thrift trip like this, but I do think I got some very substantial items, and ultimately I do believe I will make pretty good profit off of this haul. But first, let me go ahead and show you what I got for myself. Like I said, it's all home decor items, and I didn't go in there being like, I need anything for my house, but I think all the stuff I got really is gonna add a little bit of character and whimsy to my home. Okay, so I was really impressed with their home decor section. They had a lot of glasses and frames and things like that. Lots of very cool items. But I did get this really cool bird cage. I think it is super awesome. The people that worked there probably thought I was a little bit crazy because I like went towards it and went away from it, went towards it and went away from it several times because I couldn't think of where I would put it in my home right off the top of my head. But I thought even if I couldn't find somewhere to put it right this moment, I would regret not getting it. And I did find somewhere to put it. I'll put some footage in, but I think that this is just such a cool piece, and it's in really great shape. And I feel like if I found this at an antique store, it would be like $50 to $75 or something like that, and I did end up getting this for $16, so it was the most expensive thing of the whole bunch, but it's a great size, wonderful condition, and I'll probably have this like literally forever. Oh, there you guys are. So this is a really pretty mirrored tray, I guess you would say, and it's got the gold flowers. It's just really beautiful. And this, again, when I first picked it up, I wasn't quite sure where I was gonna put it, but I was not gonna let this go. These are so hard to find. But I'm actually gonna put it on our little bar cart or little wine cart underneath some other vintage things that I got. And I already tested it out and it looks really good. So I am super glad that I got this. And this was $8. And again, like the little birdcage thing, this would be so expensive if I found it at an antique store. And I do plan on going back in just like 4 or 5 days when they are doing their whole store 50% off sale, but I knew some of this stuff was not gonna last until then. Another fun piece here, these are some vintage binoculars. Just to add this to a shelf, I think is gonna end up looking really nice, and they are perfectly worn, I think, and I paid $7 for these. And last but certainly not least, I got these little brass froggy figurines. They are just So stinking adorable, I think. I am a total sucker for stuff like this. I'm gonna put these on the little like windowsill in our bathroom so then when I take a bath, I can have conversations with the frogs. Yeah. So that was everything I got for myself. Again, super happy with those finds. I feel like I haven't been able to find like some cool vintage decor at the thrift stores for quite a while. So really happy with those. Definitely will have them all probably for a very long time. Okay, now let's get into the clothes, everything that I will be reselling. Just like the home decor, a lot of good vintage, and I probably made it through half the store, maybe not even. My cart was absolutely overflowing and I just was about done. I was in there for a little over an hour and I just was done for the day. You know, sometimes you're like that. But I did get 17 items and I think that they are all going to be really nice as we transition into fall. Just got a couple more summery pieces, but for the most part, this is all very fall. So first up, I got this Zara jacket, and this is the TRF collection, the Truffalook, I think is how you say that. I'm pretty confident that this is genuine leather, but the interior tag was removed. So now I'm doubting myself. So I'll have my husband look at it too, but I'm pretty confident that this is a genuine leather jacket. It's a size medium, so not too small or anything. It's in really, really great shape, very soft. And I did get this for only $5. I won't say all the prices of everything, but I thought that that was a really fair deal for this piece, especially if it is genuine leather. And Zara outerwear for me has sold pretty well in the past. But yeah, I saw like a Target coat that was $14 or something like that. So their prices were just really all over the place, and that is my biggest complaint, I would say, with the store in general. But it seems like they do have sales pretty often. So I think in the future, I will continue to shop at my favorite outlet store the most for resale, especially because they do have a lot of very trendy sellable items there. But when this store has their big sales, I will definitely check them out for myself and for cool vintage. Like this piece I thought was really awesome. I do not know how to say the name of this. There is that tag if you are curious, but the main reason I got this is because it is 90% wool and it is a really pretty cardigan. A lot of times I'll see these vintage wool cardigans and they're just like not the cutest, but I personally really like this one. I think this would be absolutely adorable and you could have this for a very long time. And I studied the heck out of this, you guys, and I could not find a hole anywhere, so let's hope I do not find one. But yeah, I really like this. I could not leave it behind. And I did come across a decent amount of other sweaters that I would have picked up if they were cheaper. So I may pick up more of those when I go for their whole store 50% off sale, and you would see all of that in a future haul. Okay, so you saw in the thrift with me portion that there was randomly a lot of this brand Anthony Richards, which I thought that was a pretty vintage brand, like they didn't really make anything modern, but the interior tag does look decently new, so I'll have to look that up so I know whether or not I can say the pieces that I got from him are vintage. But I did get some really nice fall ones, and I really liked this blazer. I wish this was my size because I've been looking for pretty much this kind of blazer for like a couple of years now, and I haven't been able to find anything. But this is a size 18 petite, does have some shoulder pads in it, and it's a really nice weight. I think it's really not too heavy at all, but I absolutely love the colors of this one. I think this one will do very well for me, especially because it is plus size. So yeah, I did end up getting 3 more Anthony Richards pieces. There were truly so many. And the biggest reason that I did pick up all of these Anthony Richards pieces is because I thought that they would be on sale, but yeah, paid full price for them. But this one I think is really cute. It is a maxi length, I think, at least midi length corduroy dress, and it is a size 0X, and this is just like the most fall dress on earth. So even though I don't think anybody is really seeking this brand out necessarily, this style alone should definitely get this dress to sell, and it is pretty nice and thick. It does feel decently well made, so it's got that going for it, and I can use prairie, cottagecore, all the terms that have been trending for the last couple years, and that will definitely help people find this as well. This one I also thought was really, really adorable. I might actually try this on. It says it's a size small, but it seems a little bit oversized. But I think that this is just a perfect little dress to throw on in the fall season. I liked that it's like a purple flannel, which I don't see really ever. It's definitely more in the colors that I like to wear. And then I think this is the last Anthony Richards piece I got. This is a really nice knee-length dress. It would be really adorable to wear this to some kind of like fall party or even to like a festival or something like that. It does have the waist tie, so that's always really nice. I feel like every time I find a dress in the thrift store that's supposed to have the waist tie, it's missing. And this one does not have a size on it, but I'm gonna guess that this is probably a small, and it is very lightweight, but also very, very comfortable. This was probably one of the better pieces of the whole bunch. I was surprised that they had only marked this at $6 because they had a lot of stuff that was seriously like $14, $15. And this is Woolovers, I think is how you say it, but it is new with tags, which is amazing. It is a size medium, and it is a really cute little jumpsuit. Very pretty color blue, very, very soft. And of course, the fact that it is new with tags is very nice. And yeah, this is a sustainable company, so that is amazing. But I kind of like that a lot of tags don't put the prices on things, because I think when thrift stores see what it originally retailed for, they're gonna jack the price up. But that one didn't. They probably didn't know the brand, so they made it a reasonable price for me. I did only get one pair of shoes. I checked out a lot. There was a guy who was definitely a reseller over in the guys and kids section, where there were a whole heck of a lot of sneakers, and he was just really taking his time over there, so I didn't even bother too much. I just like very briefly looked at the edge. But when I do go back for the 50% off sale, I am gonna check out the sneakers a little bit more because I do like to sell them. But from the women's section, these BB shoes are the only ones that I did end up getting, just because they are super Y2K, very trendy right now. And yeah, the shoes for the most part I thought were pretty expensive, more than I wanted to spend. And these were the only ones that I thought were worth the price that they were. These were $7, but yeah, like so many of the other pieces, there were ones that were like 15, 20, 25, 30, so just too expensive for me. I also got 3 slip dress type pieces from the pajama section. This one is vintage. It is a size large. It is from Jaclyn Smith Sleepwear. I think it is very adorable. It's got the nice purple, but then it has like a floral lace detail on the bottom. So this is one you could definitely wear out with a little t-shirt underneath or not, whatever. And then this one is another vintage piece. This is from Morgan Taylor Intimates, and it is a size large. And this one especially I think would look so cute with like a little white t-shirt underneath it. This one isn't in perfect condition, but definitely was still worth picking up, I think. If I were braver and I didn't live in Ohio, I would maybe keep this one and wear it out, but I just like never see people wearing slip dresses in the wild out here. All right, and this last one, I don't think it's vintage. It might be. It's from Only Necessities, but the main reason I got it is because I thought it was really pretty, and it is plus size. It is a size 2X. So this really cute one. I feel like you could almost get some pictures in this if you were pregnant or something like that. Like this would be a really pretty one to be photographed in. I really like that color a lot. Oh, just kidding. We do have one more Anthony Richards dress. This is one I'm thinking about keeping myself as well. It's just like a nice little chambray dress, very cottagecore, very prairie. I really just like the cut of this dress a lot. So I'll try this one on along with that other one that I had mentioned, and I'll probably just keep one of them. But I think this is really nice. And this does say that it is a sample piece, so maybe a lot of the other ones were sample pieces as well, and that's why the thrift store had so many of them. But I'm not mad about it. I do really like the style of those pieces. All right, just a few more, and they are all jackets. This one is a vintage Pendleton. I looked it up really quickly in the store, the label. I'm pretty sure this is from the 50s. I have to double check. But I just could not pass this up because it is 100% wool, and I couldn't find any holes or anything in this. And I do have another similar coat like this that did not sell last year, but it was not a Pendleton, and I don't think it was even 100% wool. But hopefully this will sell before Christmas time this year. I think it is Very, very lovely. It would be cool to put this over like just a black dress or something. This one does have a slight smell to it, so I'll have to try to work on that. And I'm not seeing a size right off the bat, but I'm thinking it's probably like a large. Yeah, it's a size 14. I'd say probably modern day large. And then when I was over looking at the guy shoes really quickly, I did take a little peek at the coats over there because they were right next to the shoes. I only spent $5 on this. I was surprised they had it that low. But this is Brooklyn cloth, I believe. It is a men's medium, but it is a Sherpa lined denim jacket. And these are hard to find. Like, I was looking on Poshmark for jackets like this over the last couple seasons, and there really were not a lot on there. I think it's hard to find denim jackets that have the Sherpa all the way through. I was seeing a lot that just had it on the collar. It is technically men's, but absolutely could be worn by women as well. Definitely doesn't matter. And it really is in fantastic condition. There's like some fading on the top, but I think that might actually be intentional. So I'll just note that, but I was really excited to get this. And then last, but certainly not least, is this Hard Rock Cafe denim jacket. The back is totally what makes it. It says Save the Planet, Hard Rock Cafe, Maui. So this is really cool that it is from there. And I just quickly had looked up comps, and there are some that are listed for like $85+. It looks like this will probably sell for more like 60 to 75. I'll probably list it for 85 and hope somebody sends me an offer, but I think that this is a really, really cool piece. I did spend $9 on it, but I knew it would end up being worth it. And this is a men's medium, but again, like the last one, totally could fit a variety of sizes, and really anybody. Does not matter your gender. All right, so that was everything I picked up at this Volunteers of America. I would recommend stopping by if you are in the Columbus area. Like I said, there are many different locations. I'm assuming they're all pretty much the same. And I will definitely be checking back in just a few days when they are having their 50% off the entire store sale. But if you did like this video, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. Really helps my channel out a lot. And I would love you guys to get to 3,000 subscribers by my 30th birthday. My birthday is October 15th. So tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your dad, you know, whatever. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.